Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Now, the reason we're checking it out is because Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord is finally actually going into full release. Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord has been in early access for a couple of years now at the very least, and it's finally seeing its full comeuppance, however you want to look at it. But here's one of the things that I found interesting. So if this is your first time visiting my channel, one, welcome. And two, when we do our reactions, we don't just react to whatever is the new hotness trailer, right? In this case, it would be the video that I have up, which is the release date announcement trailer. Spoilers, it's October 25th. Instead, because a lot of the times there's so much game, so many media out there, so much happening, so many things are being announced, everyone wants your time and attention and your money. Thank you for spending some time with me. That it's easy to miss things or not be able to take as much time to look at certain things as you might something else. And one of the things that I do with these reactions is I will go back and I will grab earlier trailers, including like the initial announcement trailer for whatever game we're looking at, and so that we can kind of see where a game came from and where it has arrived at. And you get some interesting surprises when you do that. So we're going to click back to the first trailer we're going to watch. And instead of that trailer being in August of 2022, it is September of 2012. This game was announced 10 years ago. Now, they have shown off, there's a lot of trailers in here. We got one from 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, which is when it went to early access, went new update trailer, and then the actual release date trailer. But I did not expect, when I was grabbing the backlog for this game's marketing media, that it would go all the way back to 2010. Not 2010, 2012. And even on top of that, it was announced in 2012 and didn't make its way into early access until 2020, which is wild. Now, I will say when I was going through here, they had a couple of other games that came out in that time. It's not that they weren't doing anything. Mount & Blade was still receiving active support, and there was another game whose name completely escapes me that they were also working on and releasing products and stuff like that during that time. So it's not that they was just complete radio silence from the company or the game in that time, but it is wild. So let's get started. 720p ass video. Man, the edit on that. Lol, you said P-ass. Damn, that they didn't even actually show the game in that. All they showed was a dude holding a shield, and that was it. Okay. So I guess technically you announced it, but they didn't actually show anything off until 2016. There was some like development footage and stuff in there, but this was actually the next like large trailer that I saw when I was looking for media on this. One thing is that I went through the developer's YouTube channel. They are very, very active on their YouTube channel with like development updates and stuff. So I'm sure that people were very supportive of this the entire time, but still wild. I gotta say, I have no idea actually what this game is. It's a medieval strategy open world RPG. That doesn't tell me a whole lot either. Do I command a single person or do I command multiple people? Okay, so we'll move from 2016 to 2017. This is the Cavalry Sergeant gameplay. You are a single person commanding all of those. Okay. So is it almost like an RTS then? Like, sort of? He just told them all to follow him. Yes, okay. How does that work in an open world setting, though? Isn't this game, like, multiplayer? This looks both good and bad. Well, don't you worry, Real. This is back in 2017. It might look a lot better now. The field itself is enclosed areas, and it has an overworld map. Okay. That dude spewed a lot of blood for somebody who didn't fall over. So, like, visually, it looks really good. Gameplay-wise, it looks really jank. That is above par for Mountain Blade. Really, the combat itself is a tiny part of the gameplay. Okay. He got a speed bonus of 390%, not 396% damage. Don't kill your own dude. So is this like super jank Total War? Oh, we have an arrow in our side. That's not good. This looks like janky Total War with better graphics. Or like if you just tried to actually fight as a controllable unit in Total War, which you can do, it does not work very well. How long is this going for? Okay, we're going to stop this one. This one's going for a little while. We're going to go into this one. The campaign teaser from Gamescom 2018, moving up another year. Okay, big Total War vibes. Wait. What's with the town? So this is your dude, right? Your commander, your general, whatever. weird. I feel like this, like, I can understand why this game took so long, because I feel like this game is trying to do so many things. What happens if you die? I thought these, like, are these games multiplayer? No, it's online PvP. Okay, but otherwise it's a single player experience. Okay, early access announcement from 2019. Year at a time, year at a time. Doing so many things is also the reason why 1 was beloved, and depending on difficulty settings, your character dies and so does the save file. Okay. Like a hardcore mode, essentially, if you wanted to. Early access, March 2020. Wait, isn't that what we just watched? Oh, this... Wait. Confused. Well, this actually looks like a different trailer. Oh, it's... Is this when it went into early access? Yes, okay. I was very confused because they both said early access trailers, but that was the announcement. This is actually when it went into early access. Like, kind of clunky. Specifically control-wise. Visual-wise, these battlefields look cool, right? The visual fidelity and, like, the art direction and stuff, it's, like, got a strong presentation, but it looks, I don't know, difficult to play? Like, and not like it's gonna have a high difficulty, but just like it's just gonna be like awkward. All right, campaign intro from May 2021. Every single one of these trailers is 1 year of progress.
The Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich, but empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the Empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all.
Free for all, last man standing becomes king.
A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance.
Sometimes it's the person doing the controls, but then why put that in your trailer? That's true. I
Before the
mean, we've seen
leaders
some people that are
arise,
just like, man, you are terrible at this. Why are you the one
from new
showcasing it?
places and new peoples.
And
To
it could
turn
also
back
be that
the
everything
tides
else in
of
the game is good
destruction.
enough that it doesn't matter that the combat's a little
And
clunky.
bring forth a new world.
And as long as it's still functional and serviceable, if
the
everything else is
ashes of the
you know, of a higher quality to the point where you can overlook it, and then it's just like, you know, the combat's a little clunky, but it's kick ass. So. All right. And then lastly, we have the actual release date announcement. So moving into August of 2022, our 10-year journey comes to now. Thankfully, the most recent trailer visually actually looks like the best one. Like, this is running smoother. You get, like, there's more frames. Looks like they gave it quite the like visual pass too. Resolution like of the textures just looks really nice. Is this just on one platform? I'll have to double check. They'll probably tell us at the end too. Those battlefields are chaotic, which is good. That's a good thing. I will also make note that in the release date announcement, they did not show very much, if at all, of the actual combat in there. PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So it is on everything bar the Switch. And currently, early access, cost you $50. Ouch. Which probably means that the full release will either still be $50 or will be $60. There's no plan to change pricing after early access, so it's $50. It is $50 dues. Yeah, chaotic is very realistic for Battlefield, so I mean, at least they got that right. And I did notice that they did not show the combat in the most recent trailer. And I think that will probably end up being the only real, like, mark that I held against everything we saw. Obviously, as we got farther along in the game's development and closer to modern release, the game got a lot more graphical fidelity in it in terms of like this most recent trailer looked great. Some of the animations kind of like the transition between animations, it was a little clunky, like a character just standing there and then it's like, oh, walk now. You know, but that's just something that happens in games, and there's a lot of work that has to go on for, I forget what it's called, for like an animation blending of transitioning an animation from one to another. Even if it's just a start and stop animation, there's actually animations involved in moving between those two animations. So, you know, it's something that you can get nitpicky on, but it's not something that to me is a very big deal. But the game looks really good. It's got a lot of things going on in it. The biggest like actual thing that I'm like, is actually the individual combat of like you fighting somebody else looked very rough. But that's really where I'd put it. Got it for 40 owning the first one. Oh, okay, cool. But so that's Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. You know, I've heard so much about Mountain Blade, but it's never been something that I have gotten into ever. I had a couple of friends like 6 years ago or so that were obsessed with, I presume, the first one, because this one's only been in early access for 2 years. 10 years ago, if it was on multiple platforms, it would have been chokeholded, but limited by the platforms it was on. Well, I mean, that could still be a case. I mean, the base model Xbox One and the base model PlayStation 4 are definitely incredibly weak systems hardware-wise. So, you know, it might have been 10 years ago they were developing for PlayStation 3 and 4, and then as it took time and time and time, it moved into PlayStation 4 and then PlayStation 4 and 5, and so on applied to other systems. And I'm pretty sure that at base they're developing for PC. But, you know, that's not a bad thing in any circumstance, and it is what it is, where it is, and how it is. But yeah, you know, that was better than I was expecting, but also had some rough edges in places that I wasn't expecting it to have rough edges. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. If you've played Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord in its early access period, I'd love to hear from you. If you played the first game and just haven't moved into the second one yet, let me know what your thoughts are, where you're sitting. If this is your first time seeing the franchise or really taking a closer look at it, put your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can watch together live on stream, because we do stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.